Welcome to Nerd Out. We are your hosts. I am Randy, and this is Brian. We're here to talk about all our newest action figure acquisitions and stuff we just want to talk about. We're going to go right into it. Just real quick, briefly, I'll talk about, not really a comic book collector, to be honest with you. This is the first comic book I've bought, actually since the death of Wolverine. You didn't read this yet, huh, Brian?
I did not.
It's Star Wars #1. Marvel finally took over Star Wars. It takes place between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. You know, roughly 22 pages of comic book glory. I don't read comics like I used to. I'll say it's pretty good. It feels like it's got the similar dialogue to the film. The panels are great. Again, I don't really read comics like I used to, so for me to really review it isn't fair. But I will say, Brian, you should read it. There you go. And Brian, what do you have today?
Okay, well, one of my newest acquisitions, this just came in the mail yesterday. Goggar! And it's the Goggar.
Really, really cool.
Yeah, really, really cool. And he is, I don't know from what series, to be honest. He's the newest Soul of Chogokin. I thought he was sweet. He's a little 90s. Not particularly my favorite aesthetic, but he's a tank. As far as Soul of Chogokins go, they're strong. I mean, it's I don't know if it's necessarily the best, but it would be equal to the best. I guess there's nothing to say that's bad about it. It's super heavy, super fun. One of my favorite things about it is it's really not a parts former. Everything is sort of self-contained. You have to move a couple parts, but you don't have to like keep the trays out to have fun with it. I highly recommend it. You guys should check out TJ Duckett's review of it. It's super thorough and way better than I could ever review it. But I'm just saying, if you're in the market and you got the money, I'd say go for it. There's nothing to complain about on it. It's really good. It's a really strong piece.
Yeah, I didn't get to transform it because you know, I'm not permitted to, but that's all right. I accept that.
Right, you're not.
I'll say it's cool too. Again, I mean, as far as quality and weight, it's awesome. I want to transform the hell out of it. Yeah, it's very 90s, but it's cool, man. I love this treads in the back. That's pretty much what I get to look at.
Yeah. It's a really, you know, I got it yesterday, and I opened it almost immediately, and no directions, no nothing. It went right together. It was really, really cool. Really enjoy it. It's fun. So,
sweet.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's move on. We'll do this all hyperactive.
Yep.
All right, I've just become newly obsessed with something, and I've been obsessed with Bandai's, however, figure art, monster art line. Now, this is old news for a lot of people. I just got hooked to it. I pre-ordered the Stormtrooper and the Darth Vader, and it just got me like. And then I opened up the Red Ranger, and then I bought this thing off Amazon for like $30. And you know what? I have so many. This is the Alien Big Chap. I have so many Alien figures, it's ridiculous. NECA, I bought the McFarlane ones, whatever. This is my favorite one, and I'll tell you why. Well, this thing's made out of like hard plastic. Like, I like NECA. They're doing a great job for US toys. But the fact of the matter is, they're rubber. I don't know how long those are going to last. I think, in all honesty, I'm going to go through a bin of my Alien figures one day, and I'm going to find rubber deteriorating at the bottom of the bin, and it's gonna be depressing. But nevertheless, also what I like about this big chap is it looks like the movie. It looks like a dude put on the costume, and this is the action figure of that toy. It's completely articulated. I love how the tail, it's not a rubber tail. It's I don't know, maybe one every like 3 or 4 things is articulated. It's great. I'm hooked to the figure arts. I like the scale. Again, NECA does the 7-inch scale. People, oh, I love the 6-inch, the true 6-inch, true 7-inch scale. This is probably 6 inches tall, but like the figure arts are like, I keep playing with it. The figure art figures are about 5.5 inches. I prefer it. I think it's a good compromise. I am a 3 3/4 inch junkie. What's that?
It's sharp.
It is sharp.
It is. It's sharper than the NECA.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm not criticizing NECA. I think NECA is doing a fantastic job with US toys, great market. Again, the rubber bothers me, but they're doing a great job. I'm not criticizing them. This thing I think retailed for like 50 or 60. That's a little bit excessive, but you know what? Honestly, I think it's the end-all be-all to my big chap figure. I think I'm good. And figure arts, man, those Star Wars ones look great. Luke Jedi Knight. I'm excited. What do you think? Anything to add?
I think I'm excited to see that Luke Jedi Knight.
Yeah,
See you get it.
Me too.
So
better have the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I got you know, switching from Goggar to Alien Star Wars comic. I got my first 2015 G.I. Joe subscription figures. We got Psych-out and Repeater. I have not opened them yet. Yep, I'm opening them. I don't keep them mint in package. I'm gonna check these guys out. I'm actually really excited. There's G.I. Joe is dead. It's dead. I think they just hired a new brand manager.
Who is he?
Who? I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but
didn't he do something big?
Honestly, I don't remember. I read an article in my G.I. Joe fan club subscription, but these look great. They're probably gonna feel rubbery, but like I'm happy to have G.I. Joes. Everyone, Psych-out. Psych-out was from my favorite series of Joes. I think it was like the 87, 88 with Lieutenant Falcon. And
right.
The battle armor. Yeah, it was the movie. Yeah. Love it. Repeater, I was like, when he came out originally, I think I was like a year to like removed from G.I. Joe, but he's cool. Like he looks great. He's like the leather. They use the leather neck mold, the new one, and it's like a bigger body. It's cool. I look forward to opening them again. G.I. Joe, what do? I open them. I'm gonna put the weapons on them, and then I'm gonna put them on a shelf. But that's really what I got this week. How about what else we got?
You know, I brought one other thing here.
Right, let's do it up.
So, and this is a bit of an argumentative piece.
Okay.
And this is FT03, which stands for Fan Toys 03 Quake Wave. And if you haven't noticed, this is Shockwave, a third-party Shockwave. And I'm going to face them towards the camera. You know, a lot of people, they have issues with the third party. You know, they don't like them. They feel that they're knockoffy. They feel that they're corrupt, that they're immoral. Am I missing anything?
No, I think you got it. I mean, they do quality. I mean, a lot of the companies do quality stuff.
And you know what? All those things, you know what? That's okay with me. I don't mind. But what I do mind is people saying that they can't make something as high quality as Takara or anything like that.
And it isn't as high quality as Takara.
And I have to sort of say, I don't know about that. This is like, I would put this up. Like, if you're gonna I mean, maybe it's not as good as an MP10.
Okay, are we in agreement? This is to emulate a masterpiece. That's
yes.
It's a great toy. Congrats to these guys who did it. It's amazing that like a small little company can produce this. You know, and it really wasn't that expensive. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It's high quality die-cast metal. I give it that. I didn't transform it. It feels good, but it's a little soft compared to the masterpiece. I think it looks a little thick and boxy in the waist, and maybe that is not a fair argument. It's good, but it's not masterpiece. If you,
I disagree. I think it is.
That purple, a little bit too much for me. A little cartoony. A little bit. I guess people are into it, but
I mean that's part of it too. It's like, so if they re-released it in the toy purple and it was shiny, would it grade higher?
Yes, it probably would, but I still think it's a soft sculpt. It's great. Like, I feel like a jerk like criticizing it because it is a quality product, but it's to fill a hole and a void in your collection. Like, if you just can't wait for Takara to come out with a masterpiece, this is probably as good as you're gonna get. But Takara would make a better looking robot.
And I guess that's where I get pissed. Is shame on Takara. Make this.
They should.
Like, these have sold out everywhere. I mean, you can't get it. You can't even look at it for under $300 anymore. And it was $180, I believe, when it came out. You know, so it was a little pricey, but they sold every one. So what I don't understand, why does Takara not cash in on what, you know, the third party companies are selling out on?
Takara Hasbro. Takara Hasbro. Well, I mean, you got to separate the two, like, because Hasbro has to fill a certain amount of orders, and just because a small collector base is going crazy over this stuff, I don't know that they would be able to really justify it. And I'm just defending Hasbro, which is unusual.
Well, that's all right.
But Takara, on the other hand, it is a niche market, so you do have a point. But
I just think they'd sell, and you know what? You're right. Takara, in some ways, would do better than this, I think. But it's like, you know, I hold this. I'm like, yeah, this is the best thing that could be made without a billion-dollar corporation behind you who can, you know, turn up the quality control at will and make, you know, have a design team I mean, like what most people say, this is a small company making this, and yeah, I think if Takara were to make it, it would be more streamlined. And what these third-party companies are proving is that, if anything, is like Takara is completely capable of doing it, but instead, you know, they're repainting Lambors and giving us repaints and
sure.
You know, I mean, like I look at this, I would pay for this any day than pay $200 for an MP Skywarp. And it's sort of like,
I see your point, but at the same time, like how can Takara doesn't have the same amount of resources as 20 different third-party companies that are devoting their time and attention to, what do you say, 2 to 3 figures a year? Would you agree? I mean, I get what you're saying, like, but there are so many masterpieces I would rather see before Shockwave. Actually, not so many. I would like to see a masterpiece Shockwave. I think it's high on the list, especially with Decepticons. I think you're right. This is beautiful, no doubt. But
the gray one is even better.
Yeah, the gray one is better.
So
I'm a fan of some of the third party stuff. I don't buy it because I think of it. I just don't hold the same value of it because not monetary, but just like personal value. Because it's not a real thing. If there's a character that I know is never going to be made or not high on the priority list, and I really, really want it, and it looks great, I'll buy it. But other than that, like, there's very few characters that I don't think are going to get done or haven't been done that I can't wait for.
And I mean, that's the whole thing. That's why I do get a lot of these, is because it's like, it sort of pisses me off when I buy them, because I'm like, damn, I wish I were buying this from Takara.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I'd buy it in a second, you know, where it's like, on the third parties, I'll sort of research those are good, you know, I'll think about it. Where it's like, like that new Sunstreaker that's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, I'll buy that. And
Looks
it's like,
great.
yeah, and it's like, if Takara were making it, you'd buy it.
Yes, you're
Same
right.
with that Megatron.
You're right.
I mean, I have that pre-ordered. Who knows what that's going to end up being, you know, but...
No, you're right. I mean, that's a good point.
Curiosity killed the cat, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Third party thing, I think, is something that can always be debated. Like, it is filling a hole in people's collections that Takara isn't going to make or hasn't yet made, and that's fine if people want it. But I think it's rather uncreative. But nevertheless, I think
I just wish Takara would take the line a little bit more. I guess they do take it serious.
I don't know, Ultra Magnus.
He's sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even gonna hop on like saying anything bad about him.
Since we're talking masterpieces, what is your thought on the pictures of the exhaust repaint? Does that bother you?
No, not at all. I think it's sweet, and I think it's a good old fuck you to Philip Morris, the way they did it. Because all they did was, instead of it being like a straight Marlboro, they added like an angle in it, used the same colors and everything. And I think it's great. I'm glad that Takara didn't fold on it. And I'm glad that, you know.
Well, to some collectors, they did fold on it. I don't have an issue with it. But, you know, again, I'll read in some of the forums on different websites, like how angry Transformer collectors are about them changing it. And it's like, really, like... It's not that serious.
And I mean, literally, I don't think it's serious at all. All they did was, instead of a straight line, they did a cutout. And you know what's great about that? With repro labels, will come out with two little red triangles that fit right in there, and you're done.
Can't get over it.
Yeah, and it's like, I could care less. I think it's close enough.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great. I like that Takara got it as close as they could. I mean. And it still probably pisses off Philip Morris. Philip Morris is like, oh man, I wish I could give it, because it's so close, no one will know the difference.
No, I don't know that anyone really. I don't know. I guess people do care. But.
Yeah.
So anything else on your mind? Anything on your list? Anything coming in? Anything nerdy you want to talk about?
You know, I gotta say, speaking of third party, I'm really getting excited for my Polyon. I don't know when it's even gonna the Megatron.
It looks good, but the pictures I saw, the head sculpt, it just didn't look right. I'm assuming.
I just hope it stays together, you know?
Yeah. I'm not the hugest Megatron fan, so I'm pretty ambivalent towards it, but I would like to see it. Actually, that since you brought up Megatron, they just showed magazines or whatever, or Takara showed pictures of the new leader class Megatron. What do you think of that?
I love it. I think it's going to be really cool.
It's all right.
He looks a little bricky.
Yeah. Too much red is my...
Too much red. And he has no dynamics, or he's just sort of straight.
Kind of straight.
But I'll still get it.
You know, I was looking at it, after you told me that earlier. I was looking at it. I didn't think it looked quite as straight as you said it would. But I can see where you're coming from.
I'll buy it. Like
no, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Oh yeah, no other news. Devastator rumors. Rumors that they're doing a Titan scale Devastator, which would apparently contain a leader class in roughly 4 Voyager class. That's pretty big. Pretty cool. I think it could be cool. I got to be honest. I'm digging the Combiner Wars. I like the Combiner Wars.
Speaking of which, I just got this today, which I'm very excited to tear into.
Yeah. The thing is about it is without the other ones, you don't get too excited.
Yeah, but you know what? It's going to light a fire under my ass to go find the other ones.
For sure.
So when I saw the pre-orders for the Decepticon for the Wave 2 on Big Bad Toy Store, and I got to say the Wave 2 looks a little better. I mean, I think they all look cool. Yeah. I sort of like it looks like there's a lot more variants.
I think I like Bruticus better than I like
Me too.
The aerial bots.
Me too.
And they announced Defensor, which was actually probably my favorite of the combiners of G1. But I wasn't after Devastator and G1. I was pretty much done with Transformers anyway. But Defensor always looked cool to me. I liked him. So.
Is it me or is this packaging awesome?
It's all right.
I like this packaging a lot.
It's an improvement.
Yeah, it feels sort of old school to me.
Especially when we've been staring at the white movie packages.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah, I'm done with seeing movie toys. Other than that, Star Wars stuff, a glut of merchandise announced and coming out, and now that they've opened up the license a little bit, we got companies like Bandai doing the figure arts. It's kind of narrowing my interest in the U.S. stuff, especially considering the last assortment or so. Of the
poor Hasbro.
Star Wars. No, not poor Hasbro. They charge
I don't think that.
20. Really yeah, I know. 20 bucks a figure. They got a little rubbery, and that's not to take away and
their solution to it is going to be to raise their prices.
Yes, absolutely.
And I can't wait till they do that because
the thing is you're right. They'll do it.
I'll buy the figure arts.
But people will
any day of the week.
Me too. Figure arts. I'm hooked on those.
Now they're making them so easy to get in the United States. I mean, because they're probably going to do through Tamashii. I'll bet anything or Bluefin, which is like
I'm not familiar with.
Well, like
I know Tamashi's the Tamashii Nations, but I don't know.
Well, basically what that is, it's like if you get a Sola Chogokin, like if it says like Bluefin or Tamashii Nations, that means it's like a subsidiary of Bandai. That it's like their export business.
Oh, okay.
So it's made to be sold in the United States or overseas
like through Diamond or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So they're gonna do that with the SH figure arts, and then it's gonna be all over because then they'll be $30 probably. Maybe
you know
40.
what? I pre-ordered the Stormtrooper for about $30. Now it'd be $10 shipping, but that's a lot of money. But if I'm already sinking 20.
Compared to black,
I think so. I think the black figures are great, and I sound like I'm putting them down, but they're great. But they first came out as they were going to be the end all be all. Like, this is the only Stormtrooper I will need, or this is the only Luke X-Wing I need. And I got to be honest with you, they kind of cheapened out a little bit. Like, just a tiny bit of shortcuts. Like, the Luke Jedi Knight, it was good, but I don't think it was the end-all, be-all of Luke Jedi Knights. And it should have been. The boots should have been glossy. It sounds like a lot to ask. It should have had the cloak and the vest, or it should have been the be-all, end-all, be-all. The Vader, again, sad-face Vader. I got an issue with the face sculpt.
I'm starting to develop an issue with it. I loved it. I loved that figure so much when I first got it. And then I saw the Bandai model.
Right.
And then, I don't know, I still love the figure. And I know the face is off, but I still love it. And I don't know why.
You're entitled.
So, yeah, I know. And I know everybody hates it. But, it has, like, its own personality, which maybe it's sad and depressing, but I still like it.
That's fine. Fair enough. I saw the new Yoda for the first time, and I gotta be honest, like, I have no issues paying the $20 because it's small. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem paying $20 because I think it was not, again, the end-all, be-all of Yoda figures. It didn't click with me. No knee joints. I mean, come on. Get with it a little bit. Like, don't take shortcuts if you're going to charge me $20. Again, I got no problem paying $20 for, like, that's it. That's perfect. $20. Fair enough. But I think SH Figure Arts is the way it's going to go. And I think those the new kits are cool. I wish I had one to demonstrate or have it, but I saw a review on that.
I want to get one. They look fun.
Yeah, they're
for
cheap.
an afternoon, just to put together.
Yeah, the yen is down. This is the time to buy. But I got nothing else to show. And
Me neither.
all right, well, we just nerded out for about a half an hour. I hope you enjoyed it. And
see you next week.
Nerd out.
Remember to like and subscribe. Yeah.
How was that? Is that all right?
I think we did okay.